Hello everyone, and welcome back to Tokyo Dark. Last episode, we were dealing with the, creepiest thing so far. A creepy hotel filled with ghosts. And let's see what's behind door number 2. The noise stopped. Oh wow, Tokyo's Dark's getting a little laggy for some reason. Hey Reina. Damn it, Ruby. I can't stand to see you like this. You're not gonna feel better staying cooped up in here. Listen, I got you that photo shoot lined up tomorrow. The one with Masa. Are you even listening? Don't make me go back. I don't want to go. Let me stay here. What's wrong with you? Please, don't make me. I'm afraid to go. Far as I can tell, all you're afraid of is success. I've fallen over myself to make you a star, but you'll never get anywhere if you lock yourself away. What? You're not going to say anything? You can't treat me this way. I gave you your name, your music, and damn near everything else. Oh, but you think you're special, right? Let me break it to you, honey. You're not. There's loads of girls in this business just like you. Oh, I didn't notice the fact that the mask is literally in the background staring at me. That's creepy. There's loads of other girls in the business like you, and they do what they have to without complaining about it. Understand how important it is to keep the clients happy. I'm sorry it's not all butterflies and flowers. But you're not some naive little girl anymore. You're a woman now. Hey, Earth to Ruby, I'm trying to give you some advice and you're not listening. Reina. My name is Reina. What did you just say, Reina? Who's that? Oh yeah, the name of some pathetic little foster girl I picked up. You want to go back to being her? Just say the word and I'll throw you there myself. If you think you've got it so bad now, let's count the seconds between you hitting those streets and being back in foster care or dead in some gutter. Not so talkative now, are we, Reina? Or is it Ruby, the girl who is successful? The girl who could make it if she did what she was told? Sorry, I'm sorry. I lost my temper. But you gotta see things my way. You were special, you know that? I saw so much potential in you. Such a beautiful young girl. I wanted to raise you up and show you what life could be. Then you reject everything I can offer you. It's a damn shame. You're still pretty, Ruby, so pretty, but not when you mope. Look, I get it, you're a teenager, and you want to cry it out, right? Fine, but when you're done with that, you're going back out there. You think I want to send all these meetings with Masa and guys like him? I'd rather you were successful so we didn't have to do that. I'm on your side. If you work harder, you wouldn't have to do things like that. Stop crying. You're not a child anymore. Sob. I just want to go home. Home? Ha 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 ha. Where do you think you are? Home is where the heart is. That means it's in your chest, woman. You are. Wow, that's really bad. This is as good as it's going to get for a girl like you tomorrow. You're going with Masa, and you're going to do whatever he tells you. You'll stop this crying, and you'll start making money. Maybe it was a mistake to think you would end up special. Turns out you're just another disappointment, another whore. Wow. That's pretty brutal. Let's look. There's something laying on the mattress. It's a newspaper article, dated October 24th, 2004. Spooky month. The article's title, One Hit Wonder Ruby Commits Suicide. That can't be. That was over 10 years ago. Her real name was withheld from the press, but her picture is there. According to the article, Higashi went to her room, found it locked. He called to her. She didn't answer. I thought she must have been tired, he said. She'd been working hard on a new song. He only forced the door when he noticed the smell when he found her hanging from the rafters. She'd hung herself almost 2 days before. Probably in this room. There's more. Though Mr. and Mrs. Higashi had adopted her years before, Ruby was not made to work and loved being an idol more than anything else in the world. Her song, Look For Me, will go on sale again this month, with all sales going to various suicide prevention charities. I've read enough. The sadness that's in this room is the awful feeling I felt in the sewers. Is it Reyna's? Is this what I was supposed to see? Oh. Wow. Is that all? Can we leave now? Okay, let's leave here before things get too dangerous. I feel sick. That monster. How many girls did Higashi pass around and abuse before she murdered him? And Reina? She looked like the same as she does now. 16 years old. A child. Higashi had her locked up and she tried to take back control the only way she thought she could. Only she came back. And all that pain and suffering came back with her. Proving that suicide's not the answer. I mean, when I was in that room, I could feel it. It was like it was my own. It's not the first time I felt a attraction to another woman. No, she's a child. That's creepy. The dark was steeped in it. As soon as I realized it, it was like the air changed. I can sense a pulse now, like a heartbeat following me. But it's not enough. The mask could help me find the door, and I can feel the dark, but the path still isn't open to me. What am I missing? My gut tells me there has to be something to do with the common Kai. And the only one alive who knows about that is the old Kawana woman. She has to tell me what happened. Alright, time to beat up an old woman. Wait, can I come into Daizo's bar? Talk to him? Hey Daizo, you got anything to say? Still working at this bar that you hate? Okay, well. See you later, pale Tupac Shakur looking do-rag man. I'm kidding. Oh hey, some places have been taken off my map. That's nice. I'm starting to look a little busy. I also think that means we're not going back to those places, but let's go do my old woman voice. Oh. Go back please. You! I told you to stay away from my family. Don't drag my grandchildren into this any more than you already have. Stay back. I have questions about the Common Kai, the group your daughter and son-in-law were a part of. You're the only one alive who'd remember. Common Kai? I don't know anything about it. Leave me. Grandma, listen to yourself. Do you even realize you're lying anymore? Takashi told us everything. And you, Ito, just because this investigation's important to you doesn't give you the right to barge in here. Your grandma and I need to talk. If it upsets you, maybe you should go. No, I'm not going anywhere. This is the house I grew up in. It's as much mine as it is Grandma's. If you have something to say, you can say it in front of me. Only a little while ago, I found out my parents died in some cult. No one knows why. You think hearing that was easy for me? I want to help you, Ito, but all the deceit and lies are starting to hurt people. What I'm chasing is so much worse. Tell that to poor man in the station. He's in the hospital, now terrified out of his wits. People are only here to be used for information and then thrown away while you move on. They have lives too. Not if I hit them hard enough with the right hook. And bringing up the past can hurt. Surely you of all people understand that. I do. But ignoring the past won't make it go away. There's unfinished business from the Kamikai that needs to be taken care of. But what's left to talk about? Everyone's dead, right? I promise to talk to you about all this later. For now, let me and the detective talk. Go on. You were cooking dinner, weren't you? All right. We'll talk about it later. But I'll be in the other room if you need me. So you found me out. Now that my knows, I suppose there's no reason to keep it secret. The truth is, my daughter never would have joined the Kamikai if it weren't for me. I convinced her and her husband to join. I was already a member. It's like a pyramid scheme. You get 2 more people to join in and you get graduated. At the time I joined, my husband had left me and I lost my job, suddenly leaving me single, unemployed mother who could barely support her daughter. That's when Toki Masa found me and told me that society that stigmatized and shunned me was a fiction. A great machine. Of course, he used me, as he did everyone. I desperately wanted to hear that my struggles weren't my fault. They stole everything from me. My youth, my mind, then my child. And then one day, in 1996, they all died. The cause of their death was buried, and no autopsies were performed. Or if they were hidden. Why? That's simple. The government didn't care about some dead cultists in the woods and covered it up so the papers wouldn't sensationalize their deaths. Don't need to go around creating copycats after all. Speaking of copycats, you wouldn't give one to a Yakuza, would you? That's it? After everything, you expect me to believe that? 12 people died that day. And no one knows why. What happened? Tell me the truth. Please tell me they were trying to create another mask. You want to know what happened so badly? Fine, I'll tell you. They died for nothing, following in the footsteps of a madman who believed that life was an illusion. As words of other compounds and other groups being raided spread, Tokimasa began warning us the end was near. He believed the world was collapsing and it was time for him and his followers to abandon the flesh and find purity among the gods. My Emiko, she didn't die from some conspiracy. She chose death because she no longer had an anchor to reality, and it was my fault. Beyond that, I don't know what happened to them. No, you do know something. In the report it says that after the officers cleared the bodies, they found the mask, the same one you handed to me 6 months ago. That's... Tokimasa would always keep it to himself, saying it granted him sight into the realm of the kami. I needed it. You don't understand it. It allowed us to see strange things and people who were gone. The guru was a fool, a fake, but the mask was real. There's a rumor that the cult members were killed by one of their own. Surely you didn't. No. You don't understand. I would never kill my own child. I didn't take the mask. It was given to me. One day, a man, some journalist or other, showed up at my door carrying the mask. I couldn't believe it. I begged him for it, and he stood there, smiling at me. His eyes were like none I'd ever seen before. It was strange. All he wanted in exchange for the mask was a picture of Emiko. Oh, great, it's the collector. I knew he'd be back. When I joined the cult, I was forced to give up my possessions and had only one left. but I gave it to him, nevertheless. I thought if I had the mask I could find her, that maybe she would forgive me. And as soon as I had it in my hands, my mind opened. I could hear her voice. So you went into the sewers chasing after her, thinking you could save her? Takashi told you that as well, did he? Yes, it's true. Emiko was crying out to me, begging me to find her and free her from a dark place. I would have given her anything to hold her in my arms again and plead her forgiveness. I don't care if you don't believe me. Just like Tanaka was calling out to me. I do believe you. We're probably some of the few people left alive who know what this mask is capable of. If you really thought it'd help you find her, then why'd you give it to me? Because I was wrong. At first, I only followed whispers. Then I found myself in a strange labyrinth, chasing after her shade. The days bled together. I lost track of my grandchildren, of the shrine. It was an illusion. No matter how hard I tried, I never found her. I only became more and more disconnected from the world around me. I descended into madness. I was being used again, just as Tokimasa had used me so many years before. I tried getting rid of it, throwing it away, burning it. None of it mattered. It always came back. And when I did, the visions and whispers only got worse. So I put it out of my mind and tried as best as I could to live a life of solitude and ignore the screams of my daughter. Then you came. I haven't begun to come. And when you did, the mask was screaming out in voices I'd never heard before. I thought it was a sign, so I gave it to you. Didn't even have time to breathe out a sigh of relief before I heard the gunshot ring out. No one else ran to it. I think I was the only one who knew that sound. Who knew that sound for what it was. I thought the mask was punishing me once again by taking Mai from me. Instead, it had passed tragedy to another. I'm sorry. Perhaps the knowledge of the mask should die with us. There's one other person who knows about the mask, a girl named Reina. Does that name mean anything to you? No, I don't know anyone by that name. Do you expect me to know everyone who's been touched by the mask? No, but you were involved with a group that worshipped it. Are you sure you're telling me everything? Yes. What good will accusing an old woman do? Unless you're chasing someone too. That must be it. Mai told me you lost someone, your partner in the police. Is that right? If I'm right, then I suggest you stop your search. The place I was shown by the mask was not meant for the living. I barely escaped with my life. Stop while your mind and body remain intact. What if I told you there was another option? What other option? In the months since I first met you, I've had time to examine the ancient texts in the shrine, and as the mask grew farther away, it loosened its grip on my mind. I knew it would someday make its way back to me, and so I became determined to oh fudge. The darkness of the common guy and its rituals are but manipulations used to sever our connection with what is truly divine. The mask breeds darkness. Dark forces can invade all manner of living and non-living things, driving them to violence or death. That which is evil cannot be used or tolerated. It must be destroyed. It is the only way to save us from its grip. Destroy the mask. I thought you just said it couldn't be done. Not physically. Grandma, is everything alright? I overheard you talking about that mask again. Dude, that's all we've been talking about, Mai. Yes, dearie, but you needn't worry. In fact, it's good you're here as this talk involves you. Mai, you've been trained in exorcism and purification rituals for some time, haven't you? Such a ritual could purify the mask and turn it into a mere piece of wood. Given we gather the right materials, of course. I can tell from the look in your eyes that you think me to be senile, but I'm quite serious. Even modern rituals have ancient roots. With enough conviction, they're still capable of great power. For I was content to die as long as the mask didn't hurt my children, as I was too feeble to do what was necessary myself. But now, seeing you here, I see a second chance to do what's right. If you truly do know what the mask is, then you must help me destroy it. Slow down. Didn't come here to be involved in ritual or exorcism or whatever you call it. I only want the truth about the Kamikai, which you still haven't given me. You're a stubborn one, aren't you? Yeah? So be it. I can see there's only one way to change your mind. The only trace of what happened that day would still be at the Kamikai compound itself. The records of its location are lost. They were never made public, but I know where it is. What's the catch? Go there, search for your truth, see what worshipping the mask has wrought. When you return, you'll help me destroy it. What makes you so confident I'll change my mind? I went back once, years ago. In all honesty, I'm not sure why. Perhaps to remind myself of my sins. What I saw and felt in that place, it was tainted by darkness and death. Those two things are all the mask will afford you. There's something else. Had a feeling you'd say that. The heavy, unnatural air I felt when I returned to the compound had the same stench, the same quality of the tunnels when I searched for Emiko. Sounds like a superstition to me. Come on, it's filled with the dark. We both know it. So what exactly is it you want in exchange for the information? I believe the energies of the mask in that place are linked. I want you to bring something back from there. Anything. It may help in the ritual. Looking for the truth will not bring your peace, detective. Purifying the mask very well might. Remember that. The compound is in the forest of Aokigahara. Aokigahara? Hey, that's the Suicide Forest. Suicide Forest, what a dreadful name, though I suppose those woods have seen their fair share of tragedy and death. Well, I mean, it is literally a place that people go to commit suicide, so if you're in Japan, maybe avoid it. Ito, you can't just go charging in there. It's dangerous. What if you get lost? GPS doesn't work in there. I've heard even compasses won't point north. Not only that, but, well, look, a lot of people go there to die. I don't think you should go. You two keep talking about this mask like it's some evil spirit causing you pain, but I think the pain you're feeling isn't caused by the mask. It's just you. So many nights after this girl died in the shrine, I had nightmares. Every corner I went around, I thought I'd see her there. It wasn't a ritual or a charm that made me feel better, though. I just stopped listening to the fear. I confronted it. When you took me to see Takashi, that was the first time I'd left Kamakura since April. It's embarrassing to admit it, but I was scared. And yeah, Takashi telling me all the stuff about my mom and dad was scary, but it was the truth. I wasn't hiding from some demon I'd invented myself. Anyway, I know you might not listen to me, but I just don't think you should put yourself in danger just so you can keep chasing your demons. Maybe you're right, but some demons have a way of spreading to others. Seeing the Kaminkai's compound is something I have to do. Well, it's your choice, but Aokigahara is huge. How are you going to find one compound? Mai makes a good point. It's been a long time. Are you sure you know where it is? Of course I do. I know what you two must think of me, but I'm not senile. I'm just old. And, possessed, kind of. It's a hike away from a bus stop on the outskirts of Narusawa. We used to go into town occasionally for supplies, because we're terrible farmers. Several miles away from there, there's a clearing and a path there used from time to time by the Forest Service. I'll draw you a map before you leave. It continues for quite some time, and eventually it will be blocked off. Keep going forward and don't turn back or leave the path. The forest can play tricks on you. Supposing the path is still there, it seems pretty incredible to me that the compound would have been left alone all these years. It still stands. After all, why would they bother to go and dismantle it? Go search for whatever truth it is you think you'll find. But be careful, detective. Do what must be done, then leave. Staying there is dangerous. I like that we still don't have a name for old colony woman. It's just Grandma. I hope that once you enter that place and feel the same energy I did, you'll have the sense to see what I never could. You understand, don't you? The mask must be purified. I understand sounds boring. Tanaka comes first is also dumb, but it depends on what I find. Don't be a fool. Finding what happened that day will change nothing. You're being haunted by your past, chasing phantoms as I once did. When you enter those dark places, you leave pieces behind. Purify it. Stop this while you're still whole. I'll begin preparations for the ceremony regardless. See her out. I hope I'm not about to end the game. She's never said anything like that to me. You must have really scared her. Listen, I'll help with this ritual because I think it'll help Grandma get better. But don't get yourself killed. I know in your eyes I'm probably just a kid, but I know how much it hurts to want the truth. Takashi obsessed over the past. I was miserable not knowing. Grandma almost went insane on top of that. Grandma said it herself. You're still young. You should forget all about this and start over. And you might not want to hear this, but listening to you two talk about the masks and spirits, you sounded like that girl at the shrine. It scares me, and it should scare you too. Take care of yourself, Ito. Let's see here. Where are we at? 27 minutes in, eh? The exact amount of time that you don't want a video to be. And by that, I just mean... So I can't go to my apartment. Can't go here. Can't go here. Info. Aokigahara, better known as the Suicide Forest. Despite its name, the volcanic earth makes the forest beautiful and green. Every year, however, large numbers of people wander in, intending it to be their final resting place. Occasionally, authorities have to comb through it for new bodies. Gosh, oh golly. Is this it? The path? It must be. Just like the old woman said. Honestly, I was hoping it wouldn't be here. It's all so convenient, like it's part of some little game. What was that noise? No. Not now. Why here? Leave me alone. So I'll just keep clicking right until I see something. I really hope I don't get jump scared. Keep going. What was that noise? Did you guys see something? 3 statues covered in moss and undergrowth. It looks like one is missing. A depiction of Ojizo-sama. It's said that praying to these statues can help guide the souls of children who died young. They look so old and forgotten. It's kind of sad to see it abandoned like this. How could these statues help anyone in such a dark place? Oh wow. The music sure is pumping. Oh hey, am I in a sewer again? Hi, Reina. Hello, dear. It's been a little while. Hi there. Uh-oh. I feel a timer coming on. Reina? What is she doing here? Huh? Where am I? No, anyone but here. I don't want to have to remember this. Why now? Ito, why did you come here? You've left me here to die. Again, haven't you? It's your fault that this happened to me. You're selfish. You never care about what happens to anyone but yourself. People who get hurt along the way are just collateral damage. It's all about you and what you want. You. You're not looking for me. You only want to hurt the girl, to hurt the old woman, to see everyone who gets in your way suffer. No, that's not true. I would never have done anything to change what happened to you. Make it go away. I can't bear to look at it anymore. Stop. Make it stop. I don't want to remember. What a great idea. Remembering hurts, doesn't it? Let me take away all that pain. Let's forget together, Ayami-chan. Let's forget together. Let's forget together. Let's forget together. Let's forget together. Or let's see what, let's forget together. I think I'm gonna click on this one. That one's really, I think that one really encompasses me way more. Let's forget together. What? Interesting. Wow. I'm a little terrified, not gonna lie. And by a little terrified, I mean, you know, just a small amount, you know. Let's say within the being terrified range. Oh, let's go back to this flower. An Ojizo-sama statue. I feel a familiar presence as I pick it up. Keep going? Yeah, I can't go back. Alright. I need to put this back with whatever statue, with that little 3 statue. This is the 4th one. The one in the middle. It's getting progressively more foggy. This is a problem. Uh-oh. What's going on? Oh. Hey, Ito. Bad dream? You okay? Uh-oh. Jeez, the way you were sleeping, I thought you'd never wake up. Huh? Where? Kazuki, thank goodness you're okay. I knew it. I knew I'd find you. Find me? What are you talking about? I haven't gone anywhere. I saw you on the ground, Reina. She slit your throat. That must have been a hell of a nightmare you had. Nothing a good cup of coffee can't fix. Speaking of, I fixed the coffee machine, so you can officially file that case as closed. Hey, you okay? You look a little out of it. Take your time getting ready. I'll be in the other room. Yeah, thanks, Kazuki. What is this? I was looking for something, wasn't I? Why can't I remember? My heart's beating a mile a minute. I can't shake this feeling of dread that's hanging in the air. This is real, right? I want it to be real. Ito, I've got the feeling this is very much so not real. However, we're going to find out a little bit more about this fake reality next time. Remember, guys, stay safe. Let's forget everything together. And have fun. And remember, one of those things is more important. Bye.